Okay, fight fans and fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. First off, Jürgen Bremer beat up another Volkswagen driver last weekend, and UFC 91 did so-so in the pay-per-view numbers. On the card, though, Demetrius Johnson and Andrei Arlovski scored beautiful decision wins. Rumble Johnson scored the predictable KO win. And Paige Van Zandt, cute as a button and mean as a pit bull, progresses now to her fourth fight in the UFC. She is one tough chick for 21 years old. Look out for her. Now, going down on thefightcity.com this week, guys, check it out. Obviously, on the daily, fresh daily posts and pieces for you guys to check out. Great articles on the daily. A couple quick mentions this week. Guys, check out the article by Sean Cross. Also, check out our interview with heavyweight Canadian champion Dylan Carmen, defending his title this weekend in Toronto against Razor Ruddock. Terrific interview. Also, check out Lee Wiley's latest film study on Floyd Mayweather. Lee Wiley, exclusive to the Fight City. Make sure you check out that video. It's a great breakdown for, obviously, Mayweather's fight going down this weekend. Now, before I get to what's going down this weekend, I want to make a quick mention. If you guys get a chance, September 19th at Les Bains Mathieu, 2915 Ontario Street East, the Ghislain Manny Maduma Foundation is throwing down a beautiful boxing gala. If there's still tickets left, make sure you go hit up their website or their Facebook page and inquire about tickets. It's $40. It gets you in the door. Les Bains Mathieu, if you've never seen a fight there, pretty much there isn't a bad seat in the house. You can catch the action from everywhere. It's a great card for $40. Not only is it for charity, but the card's fantastic. Just a couple quick mentions. David Theroux, who was supposed to be fighting on the Butte card, whose opponent backed out, is now going to be fighting on this card, and hopefully his opponent makes it to this one. Been looking forward to see David Theroux back in there. Also, making his debut, Anna Reva's newest prodigy, straight from Kazakhstan, and Quebec's newest import, Battier Jukinbayev. If you do not know about this kid, obviously you've been sleeping under a rock. She's done a fantastic job about letting people know that he is here. The kid looks legit in the ring, and from the people that I've seen him work out and train and even spar, everyone's talking really good about him. Looking forward to seeing this kid in the ring. $40 right there, worth it. Now, last but not least, one of my favorites, and what I think should be all of you guys' favorites, Shaquille Finn. If you haven't seen this kid fight, it's okay, because he's only in about his fourth fight. He's going into his fifth one now. This kid's taking as many fights as he can. One of the hardest working young men in the business. If you get a chance, go look out for Shaquille Finn. I'm predicting the KO. This kid is just mean. Mean. James Colburn mean. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Mean. So that leads me to what's going down this week for us fight fans to watch. There is plenty of fights, plenty of boxing, and it starts early. So first off, Tuesday nights on Fox Sports 1. If you want to catch a good fight, there's some Austin Trout out there. He is fighting a dude named Hernandez. Good little card for a Tuesday night. I always liked Austin Trout. He's definitely fun to watch. Also, speaking of fun to watch, on Thursday night, you're more than likely going to have to stream it. Zab Judah is fighting a kid named Herrera. Don't know what Zab looks like. However, I've always been a fan of his, and I will tune in. There's nothing else going on Thursday night. Friday night, big night in Toronto. PBC pulls in. Honestly, between you and me, although I'm rooting for a lot of guys on this card, I almost don't want the card to be successful because, well, it's going down in Toronto. This is a card Montreal's lost out on. This is action that Montreal could have had. Shame on us for not working harder with the Heyman crew to make this happen. Well, anyway, point being, it's a great card. Guys, make sure you check out. It's the return of Jojo Dan. If you go to thefightcity.com, obviously because I'm hanging out at the Grant Brothers all the time, I got exclusive pictures and video of Jojo making his preparations to come back. Obviously, if you don't know Jojo, or if you know Jojo only from his last fight, he fought Kell Brook and had a devastating loss. Devastating because, honestly, that wasn't him. Personally, everyone that's around him, even I, who's been able to watch him a little bit, and then watch the Kell Brook fight, I don't see the same guy. So I personally feel maybe the hype, the money, and being abroad and it being such a big fight got to him. Now, he's back in the camp and he's been working hard for a while now. And personally, I think he's got his mind right. Jojo is going to make a big splash in Toronto. I'm looking forward to his comeback. Now, also on that card, like I've mentioned before, Tyson Cave. Tyson Cave, one of my favorite fighters out there. Exciting, and fun to watch. The Prince of Hali. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched this kid fight, make sure you tune in. He is worth the price of admission. Now, also on the card, I need to mention Custio Clayton. Custio Clayton, one of Canada and Quebec's biggest prospects. Been lucky enough to watch him on one of the Grant Brothers cards before and a few other events. Looking forward to his opponent talent, meeting him a little bit. I'm not saying I don't want him to have an easy fight because maybe they're all going to be easy, but I definitely want to see what he can do. Custio Clayton. Now, Errol Spence also on the card. Errol Spence Jr., if you don't know the name, you got to look into him. The kid's a young phenom talent. He's the only non-Canadian guy I'm going to talk about on here, but very, very cool. Make sure you look into him. Like I said, the undercard and the main event, it's very, very good for Toronto. Just fantastic stuff. Next up, for the Canadian heavyweight title, Dylan Carmen versus Donovan Razor Ruddock. I've had a chance to talk and meet both dudes, and well, honestly, just gentlemen, big, giant gentlemen. I wish them both good luck. Razor Ruddock, because it's a bit of a Cinderella story that if he were to pull this off, he's got himself another title and who knows, maybe even bigger plans up ahead. And well, for Dylan Carmen, this will prove that he's not just some big guy that beat up a couple guys, because the heavyweight division is kind of void, and in order to make a statement, you need to be devastating. Now, Dylan Carmen has that within him, and Razor Ruddock is a very tough, durable dude. So it's going to be a very tough, interesting heavyweight fight. I'm looking forward to it. Also on the card, Superman, our man, the champ, Adonis Superman Stevenson fighting Tommy Kryptonite Carpensy. Here's the thing, man. I almost forgot his name, and I'm pretty sure most of the people that bought the tickets probably did too. It's not Adonis's fault, like I've mentioned in the past. The light heavyweight division's a bit in flux. Carpensy is no slouch. He's got a half-decent record. People need to look at this fight and not overlook it, because who knows, he could maybe upset the world. Now, here's the thing. I don't think Adonis has plans on losing his title or his cars or his status. Therefore, I do see him looking at Toronto as a new platform for him and maybe a chance to get away from the negative media here in Quebec. So, providing a big win, look forward to seeing Adonis in the ring again. Hopefully back on our side of things here in Quebec, Montreal more precisely. Now, just a quick mention, also on Saturday night, PBC is going to be live and free on NBC against this pay-per-view. And if you look at the card, it's a pretty decent card, because on the card you got Campillo versus Brown. Now, Brown's a 15-0 light heavyweight, and he's climbing up the ranks. And Campillo's a dude that's fought the guys that are at the top of the light heavyweight division at the moment. More precisely, Campillo just came off a loss from Arthur Beterbiev. So this would definitely raise Brown's status in the light heavyweight division. Now, also on there, Canine Bundridge versus Jermall Charlo. Not to be confused with Jermel, his twin brother. Jermall Charlo is fighting Canine Bundridge. That is going to be a tough fight to pronounce and a tough fight to watch. Now, also on the card, headlining that PBC on NBC card, we got Zerafa versus Quinlan. Kid Chocolate, just mean as all hell. This is the dude I'm terrified of. This is the guy that I'm not sure Triple G, Lemieux, or anyone else in that division can handle. Pure boxer, pure power, and a big dude for that division. Quinlan's some serious work for anybody. Look for a big KO from him in that fight. That's going to be a great card. Now, last couple quick mentions. I do also want to point out, obviously, before I get to the Mayweather fight, there's also Invicta 14. If you want, stream that or record it. That's some great female MMA always look out for Invicta cards. They go down every now and then. If you got Fight Pass, they're obviously free. Invicta 14. Also going down, probably going to have to stream it from Liverpool, England. Roy Jones Jr. is fighting Tony Moran. I don't know who Tony Moran is. I think this is just a treat for the fans in Liverpool that are not going to be paying for the Mayweather card. Now, that leads me to the Mayweather card. Pay-per-view, Mayweather versus Berto. A lot of people are talking bad about this fight, so I won't even have to. However, I will say some positive things about it. First off, the undercard's worth it. The undercard, you got Rocky Martinez versus Orlando Salido. You got Ishe Smith versus Martirzian. And then you even got Badu Jack versus George Groves. It's a solid undercard. Now, a lot of people are predicting that this is going to be an easy fight for Mayweather. However, I am going to go the opposite way. I obviously am rooting for Berto, mainly because I will always root against Mayweather. Here's the thing, a lot of people are discounting Berto and I'm giving Berto a chance. Now, how sweet would it be that after doing everything that Mayweather's done, Berto would be the one to do it? How sweet would it be for this guy that's considered the largest underdog he's fought in a long time to be the guy that defeats him? It would be fantastic. And I like the romance of it, and I will continue dreaming it because it's what I do. So that's it for me this week. Make sure you check out all the fights. Check out thefightcity.com. If you liked the video, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. As usual, I'll see you guys next week.